guys, welcome back to that 20 something class. We have to play some music. The topic. You see what it's going to be about today. I'm Marvel.
And I'm Toya.
And thank you for tuning in to another podcast episode. We're going to jump right into it. We have our beach jamming. And as you can see by today's topic, we're going to be tackling some heavy stuffs and stuffs. Uh-huh.
Right, but before we do that, we have to check in with your mental health. So Marva, what's up? How are you doing?
Let me tell you, my day has been rough. At the time of this recording, it's like around Christmas time, and Christmas time is like a whole job on its own. So you have to do the cooking, the cleaning, the X and the Y's and the Z, and
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
Which is really that's so interesting, in relation to the topic. But okay, yeah, I understand.
The irony, right? The irony, the irony. Well, how about you? How are you coping? We out here protecting our mental peace.
It's not too bad. It's not as much of a hassle as I expected with the pandemic and the rush and it go. But I must say it's not too bad. I'm holding on for dear life.
Okay, as always, we want to hear your mental check-ins, so comment down below and slide us a DM on Instagram at I am Mava or
That's why that Uno.
And don't forget to follow us and subscribe for more. Also, we're going to be dropping on our Instagram and in the pinned comments below the person that would have guessed today's topic that we had announced or asked you guys to guess from the first video that we did. We want to ensure that we give those shout outs. And
Yeah.
for today's shout out, let me see, Toya. Tell you what we wanna make this one about.
Let's see. Let's say we can. Let's say the first person who
Mm-hmm.
comments and actually says, types out the correct name of the topic that we're referring to today.
Not to spell it out.
Yeah, intentional.
Okay. And this time we are choosing 3 people, and these 3 people are not just gonna get a shout out, but we have something special for you as well.
Right.
Just about give a shout out. So coming with the bangers. So we have a surprise for you as well. So,
Yes,
ladies.
guys, you want to stay locked and keep your focus here because it's about to be lit. Yeah.
Liddy. When you say random things for random reasons, yes. But ladies, I'm sorry, but by today's title, I'm gonna have to give it to you. If you're not cooking, if you're not cleaning, and if you're not providing that good.
Oh yeah.
You're whack. I'm sorry. That's how it goes.
Oh damn. Really?
Sorry, what do you think of
I
that
didn't
title?
know. I did not know. Okay. That title. Very, very, very interesting topic. I feel like it's half and half. I think people, ladies, some will say that's true, and some will say they don't agree, and I think that's fair. That's fair for whoever wants to connect with or relate to whichever one. But I, I'm still just undecided whether I agree with the statement. But let's see what's really up.
Well, as you guys get to know me more, I have more of like a traditional view, yes, on the roles and responsibility of like what a woman should and shouldn't be doing. But
Right.
when it comes to certain things, I can understand it being 50-50 because it must be a balanced playing field. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, we're both enjoying one another when it comes to sex. And this is, oh, before we continue, this is for a committed relationship, like a marriage. I'm not
Right.
done cooking and cleaning and still providing what with a girlfriend status. I, I don't know where they
Right.
do that at. No, that
Right.
sounds like an unequal investment. No, I'm sorry.
Right. Right. I understand, right? But before you continue, the thing is with Cardi B and Megan, the song itself, Cardi's actually saying that she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, but she has the WAP in essence, right? So for her, or I'm not sure if
Hmm.
Megan also holds the view, or obviously it's a song, so maybe none of them believe in that at heart. But we're saying for the song's sake, she was basically saying she's not done with the cooking and the cleaning, being a housewife or doing those duties, but she has
Hmm.
the. And really, what we're trying to understand, ladies, today is we want to know. Drop us those DMs. Comment down below. Let us know. Do you agree? Do you really think that it's fine to be cooking, cleaning with, and providing the WAP? It's a perfect package, or are you one
Yeah.
of say, no, I have the WAP and that's all that's needed because once I got that, then we are
Okay.
good with the hood. you know?
Okay. Well, you see, welcome to the world we live in, and I think that's where a lot of young ladies. Oh God, I feel like I'm about to be preaching to the choir. A lot of young ladies get caught up with, yes, Megan and Cardi B could sit down and say,
Hmm.
oh, I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, I'm just gonna provide that. Wow.
Hmm.
But let's be honest, it's going to take more than that to keep a man satisfied. And I'm not saying, you should make it your beck and duty and call to make a man satisfied. But in a
Right.
relationship, if we both want to make one another happy, there's just certain things biologically are for women and biologically for men. And that's the only time I would put in, the gender roles and the gender specificities when it comes to those type of things, because at the end of the day, WAP is good, but you want him to come with 6-7 inches. So I don't know at the end of the day. And I'm not trying to come for Cardi or Meg, but it's okay to be on the outside and sing about WAP when no shade, because a lot of people live this lifestyle, but your man is cheating on you. What happened? This WAP now?
Right.
Flippy slidey WAP WAP? Like,
And as you speak on that, that's really what I want to touch on because I personally disagree with her. Not really, as I said, I'm a person. I'm very open-minded to hearing person's views and know, just be aware that people have different outlook, right? And at the end of the day, I understand that someone may say, hey, they don't believe in the cooking and the cleaning. That's for them. For me, that's not how I would want to live my life or plan to live my life. I still believe that women should be cooking and cleaning, but more so not even for a man, but for yourself. For yourself, you should be able to do those things, or at least try your best to learn and to adapt those qualities. You understand? That's what I believe
that's
in.
true.
But the thing also is with Cardi and Megan and just the whole vibe of the song and how people
Hmm.
react to it. I feel that a lot of ladies think that that's all that there is to having a man or have
Exactly.
a relationship. And I feel like they really took this and ran with it. And I mean, obviously, some persons believed in that before the song came out.
Yeah.
But as you were just saying, going back to the lifestyle and the fact that these people are rich, they're popular, they're famous. They have them. They don't need to cook and clean. That's another thing.
Exactly.
You don't need to, but your ass really can't talk about um oh, I'm not doing this and I ain't with that. Okay, well, who's really going to do it for you then? That's what I need
Talk
to
to
know.
them.
Who's gonna do it? You don't have the money to
That's
pay
true.
anyone to do that. Mm-hmm.
And I think when it comes to those type of topics, when it's something that's trending or something that we see celebrities or influencers or whoever on social media promoting, we have to use discernment and take certain things either with a grain of salt or talk to your partner, and not saying, wanting to not cook and clean and provide what is whatever it is, but you have to understand the realm in which you operate, and you don't operate and function in the same realm as a lot of persons that push certain agendas. And that's
Well,
very important, not only for you to understand within yourself, but you're going to go out there and have unrealistic expectations. And not only that, but I always wonder when it comes to women and what is womanhood and whatever, why is this the golden trilogy? Why is it coochie, cooking and cleaning in order to keep a man? Like, do I not have to bring anything else to the table? And I think that's a discussion a lot of women also need to have within themselves.
well, it's just such a timely topic because I have been speaking to other females, just persons that I work with or people that I encounter on a weekly basis, and we have just these topics have been coming up. And one thing that I've come to understand is even though I do agree that women should have other things that they bring to the table in
Mm-hmm.
the sense of making sure you are your best. You have something going for you. You have goals, you have dreams on your own, right? You're your own person. And obviously you find love or you find a man, or a man finds you, I should say. Sorry. A man finds you or you meet someone and you take it to that level in terms of getting into a relationship, fine. But you should really be your own person with or without that man. You understand? So at the end of the day, I just believe that persons should have, both male and female, they should have
Yeah.
this going for themselves. However, I can't, the only thing with party that I agree with, it's not really the words that she's saying, but the overall meaning in the
Mm-hmm.
background for me, I agree with, which is I'm this is me. I am a woman, you're a man, and just my essence is enough. In fact, I
Oh.
remember when I was where I was working previously, uh I had a discussion one day and everybody was just, up in arms and have trying to be back and forth with me with what I said, which I said to them
Mm-hmm.
that I I'm not interested in doing anything extra for a man, meaning I'm not going to go out of my way to be buying any PlayStation, no,
You go
no,
shake the room.
no, yeah, no PlayStation, no Xbox, no latest Jordan. Don't ask me because I'm not doing it. Number one, I don't even expect someone to ask me that answer. So I'm not going to step into that place to say, oh, do extra. So I kind of agree to an extent. It's my femininity, the fact that I'm a female and my womanhood, that should be enough. No, obviously I should be able to stand on my own. I should be educated. I should be prepared for a life with a man if it comes to that. But I don't need to be doing anything that is going to make me a mule. And you know me, Marva. You know me. I'm not being
Facts.
a mule for anybody.
And it's not even necessary about being on me, but I can, when it comes to a statement like that, I agree and also disagree because, again, what I start out by saying is I'm not doing this for any and any man. At the end of the
Mhm.
day, I believe there's certain things you say for a committed relationship, and I know marriage isn't for everybody, but for whatever level that you deem high enough for commitment, for me, that is a marriage. When it's at
Right.
that level. That's when I could say, let me go the extra mile. Like right now, if it's a committed relationship, we're in this a few years, I can say, okay, it's your
Mhm.
birthday, I can get you something nice, you can go out to eat. Christmas, not even really a thing. Anniversary, what is that? Because it's just a boyfriend girlfriend. So birthdays is practically all we have. Or if it's like a special occasion where it's an achievement or something, then I could see myself going out the way to provide things for you. But me
Yeah.
getting you gifts is knowing that you are going to get me back gifts. And again, that is separate and apart from cooking, cleaning, and providing what? Because I'm not cooking and cleaning for no man unless we're married.
Right.
If you're passing by and I'm eating, it's bad manners for me to spit in your face and eat. So I'm gonna offer you something, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, he has to work 8 o'clock tomorrow. Let me fix something and send it over for him. Or
Right.
you're gonna come over, you coming over by me 5 o'clock after work, and let me fix some dinner for him. No, if I'm eating, if I genuinely want to do something, but it's not a requirement on the list of things you're gonna check, and I'm not signing up for that. No, because at the end of the day, you can do all of this and still. So would you still be back after you don't invest all your time and energy?
Right. Exactly. And that is the thing I agree. Too many ladies, and I don't know how I say. I don't know if it's a black woman thing, but I find it a lot within the black community where a lot of women feel. I know that it's because of how we've been brought up. We believe and we've been taught that, hey, you
Mm-hmm.
be able to take care of a household because these are the things that older ladies have done for years and have perfected, to an extent. So it's like it's just something that is passed down to say you have to know how to cook, you have to know how to clean, you have to be able to tidy a house and to decorate and do all these things. And again, I agree. I was taught those things, so I can't sit here and pretend like I don't know. I know, and I am like that. However, what I'm saying is, I find that it feels like it's etched in the of ladies to think that, oh, I'm going to be there at his beck and call in terms of cooking and cleaning because
Not
that's going
that
to
can
make
call.
him that's going to make him love me or really adore me. And I find it to be
Really?
ridiculous because you imagine, and I've seen this countless times, so I know I've seen where a man will be upset with a woman because and I'm speaking of just boyfriend and girlfriend, or because
Mm-hmm.
she didn't wash some clothes for him, or she was washing and something they did it and look a piece of clothes for him they did it and she never washed her. He told her that he was hungry and she never come home in time for make something for him. These little things that are they're insane.
Okay. Well, you see, I'm the type of person. I stand fast on what you allow is what you will be given.
Mhm.
Is this, different quotes and different persons would say, you know, a woman determines the type of relationship, and some persons will agree, some persons would disagree. But
I
I think
agree with
overall, of
I
real,
agree.
I think overall, whether you're a man or a woman, when you have certain principles, you have certain standards,
Exactly.
you stand on them 10 toes down, and hear what
Mm.
everybody might not like it. You might not be
Bam.
everybody's cup of tea, but you will be somebody's coffee or iced latte at the end of the day. Because there's no sense in me fully knowing, hey, I don't want to cook and clean and still provide WAP and go for somebody and during the dating phase and he's telling me bluntly, I love a traditional woman. I believe in us living together before marriage, and obviously you're gonna have to cook because I can't cook, or I'm gonna be too busy to clean. And from time to time, I will be like, okay, well, you're a really sweet person, but
Mhm.
that's just not something I sign up for, and that's not me personally. And you see either how you guys can work from it, or you
Right.
go your
And that
separate ways.
I think that's where honesty comes in with person. I find that they find it hard these days to be honest, to be real, to be authentic, especially in the beginning phases of a relationship. Why not be honest? Why not be truthful and say, I don't do this or I can't
Exactly.
do this. I don't know how to do this. Or that's not something that I'm interested in. I don't see myself living that life. Both should be honest because people are going to have already preconceived notions, believing that, okay, this is what I know, this is what I'm used to, I'm familiar with this. I guess, you know, we're from the same country. I believe your culture is the same. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
expecting that you're going to do this or you're going to do that.
Exactly.
Honesty is key. Honesty is definitely key. But I just think that for the most part, it should never be a case. It should be, I don't know who started the trend where women are doing the most and extra for a man and they're not married, as you were speaking of. I
Yeah.
agree with that because I don't see why is it that these men believe that a woman should just be doing this, that, the third, and more. And you have not
Exactly.
committed on a serious level. You have not shown that this is someone you want to spend the rest of your life with
Mm-hmm.
or work towards that. Why should she be slaving away? Yeah, why should she be cleaning? Why should she be on her hands and knees, tidying a place,
Thank
washing up their
you.
dirty clothes, cooking every day 3 meals a day?
Wait.
If
Not to cut you, but there's this famous saying that's saying, here what? If he gets in the meat for free, why would he purchase the whole cow?
yeah, true. Mhm. That is true.
Okay, if he can
I
get
see no purpose.
everything and do the bare minimum, what is going to move him to want to do more? And I'm not
Ex-
saying this is for every male or for every female, whether it be Caribbean, Black American, white, brown, Chinese. I'm just saying in general, if you know what you want as a man and you know what you want as a woman, don't settle for something in between and in hopes of
Right.
then getting it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. I believe that it's so important for people to just be real. I don't know what's so hard for persons to try to find like-minded people. Then you don't have to try to change anyone. You don't have to have any expectations that won't be met. Just look for like-minded people. Look for like-minded people, and I believe life would be so much easier. We wouldn't have half of the issues that we have and hear people talk about with couples and their relationships. I I don't know what's the problem, but
I
Cardi,
think this,
Bacardi, and
uh-huh.
yeah, so what are you
I was
saying?
going to say in response to that, when it comes to like-minded people, you see the pressures of the world we live in. Just think about 2020, and we had a Birkin bag situation. If a man ain't getting your Birkin bag, then he's not nothing. And then there's the pandemic where you see some men now come to be seen with 2 3 households, and you're trapped in a house with the one that you're not interested in, but that's the main one. All these
Yeah,
so-called quote unquote madness going
yeah,
on with different relationships, and you would think you're with somebody that's like-minded, but there's two things that come to my mind. One, no matter how long you're with a person, you're never truly ever 100% no person. There's things that the person will say or not say, and
right,
there's ways they will act in front of you and around different people, and that's just
right,
life. But secondly, and most importantly, is we as women, although we have our standards and our principles, social media, because I think more women crave into social media and fads on what we should and shouldn't do for men,
mhm,
what we should and shouldn't accept based on societal and social media rules, that we pressure these poor men. Not saying some pressure not good,
mhm,
pressure make diamonds, but
mhm,
don't go for somebody that only works for $100 and pressure them for eight. Where he getting the rest seven from? you
hmm,
know that type of
right,
thing. You understand the realm in which you operate, and then you
mhm,
operate accordingly.
right. Yeah, and I believe I feel that a lot of ladies, and I'm not saying anyone should settle for anything. I feel whatever you want, you can go ahead and believe in that, look for that, expect that, no problem. But there are too many ladies that seem to be confused. Here's a man, you say you're interested, he's interested. You know who he is and what he's about for the most part. right? And this is a thing that I have been observing and speaking with persons about. You see, men, for the most part, men are very simple creatures. They are not, they usually speak the truth at some point. We just have to listen. And if we would listen, we would know that the man is saying, listen, this is what I do, or this is what I'm into, or this
Mhm.
is what the lifestyle that I live, this is the lifestyle I can give to you or provide for
Mhm.
you. He's letting it be known from the jump. But too many ladies, they're trying to change, they're trying to manipulate, they're trying to
Yep.
paint a picture in their heads. We need to come out of our heads and our emotions sometimes
Mhm.
and just be real with what we see in front of us. And we would really understand that, okay, this is who he is. Can I do it? Do I want to do
Mhm.
it? Yes or no? And let the man be. If he ain't it, he ain't it. Let him know and let him move on and find someone else. But it makes no sense, as you were saying, to try to, because we're seeing social media, we're on social media and seeing persons posting and living a
Yep.
certain lifestyle. We want to try to force the little man in a something and push him in our little tight, can't fit in a, squeeze him down in a little bar.
Hmm.
You understand? I mean, I said, no, man,
Romance.
it's not necessary. It's not. It's
You,
not.
you know what? It's not even so much so forcing because as I mentioned before, pressure make diamonds. A little pressure is good, right? But
Right.
not every man is like that. There's some men they understand here what I'm not on her level necessarily, but there's
Mm-hmm.
something she bring and here what if she can motivate me to get a better job, go back to school, just to be an overall better person, he's going to accept that pressure and he's going to grow from that pressure. But you can't necessarily pressure somebody that does not wish to move. Again, you know, I love me little old saying them like
Mm-hmm.
you can bring a horse to water, but you cannot force the horse to drink.
Right.
There's so much and no more you can do with somebody that is just settled in their ways. And again,
Right.
if a man wants to change, he's going to change. No amount of WAP. You can clean the house 5 times a
Exactly.
week. You can cook his favorite meal 7 times. Nothing
Mm.
is going to make that man change unless he wishes to change.
Exactly. Right, but as you were just saying about sometimes pressure is good. I agree, pressure is good in the sense of what it's worth. But at the end of the day, I don't believe I disagree. I don't believe that there should be any. First of all, I don't believe in pressuring any person in life if they're not showing, as you just said, showing that willingness to make change. However, specifically men, I don't believe in pressuring a man. Let me tell you, I know people will start to, this is really going to touch some people right now, but hey, listen, I'm just speaking the facts. Men and women are two different people, and we need to, two different type of people. We need to understand this. We're not the same. And the better we start to get this in our heads, the better for all of us. At the end of the day, a woman is actually supposed to be under pressure in the sense of a woman is from the time we're born, somebody's going to try to mold us into something. And if you look at it, for example, your mother, your parents are going to shape you how they believe that you should be brought up, and with different qualities and characteristics that they think would be good for your upbringing. You understand? Whatever that is could be good or bad, right? And I mean, obviously, they groom both the male and female child. I'm not saying it's just the female, but I'm getting to a point here. So your parents, you go to school, your teachers, right? You have friends, your environment, all of those things. But even more so, for example, a man and woman being in a relationship, who is usually the one that is, I don't want to say influencing, but who is really the one who is almost leading? It's usually the man, or it should be. That's how it has been from the beginning of time, right? So what I'm trying to say is women are always there to get instruction and to get direction. Because that's how it is. You give a woman a direction.
See that?
It's not necessary. Wait, let me finish. It's not necessarily, I'm not saying you cannot give a man a direction in life, or and encourage him, or enlighten him on about something. However, that's really not the way, though. That's really not how nature goes. It's usually a man that may say, for example, he has a family. He come and he will say, honey, this is how we're going to do this. This is what I believe is best. And you go ahead from there. But it's not the woman to come down and pressure a man and put strain upon him and to try to tell him, this is really how it should be. And I think this would be good for you, because let me tell you, men don't take those things well. They prefer to make up their minds to say, okay, I want to do this. And this is what I'm going to do. The pressure upon the man thing, trust me, it doesn't work. I don't believe that works. If anything, maybe you can be your best self and he sees you and is motivated by you and maybe a few encouraging words. But for definitely sit down in him back, me not believe that I go work.
But you see, what I wanted to cut in with is that, yeah, I have a complete opposite position on what you said, because it's not necessarily I'm saying yes to pressure him, but if sometimes in a relationship you can have a vision for your life and somebody don't,
Why? Why
everybody
is that? Why?
everybody has plans for themselves at different points in their life. And then let's be honest, some men don't even realize what they want to do or what they're about early as much women do. So if I know here what I want to be with you and I'm telling you here what we going left and you stuck in the middle, you're either going to go left with me or you're going to stay in the middle by yourself. And it's that type of pressure. It's not necessarily I'm coming down on your back like, hey, get a job, get a job. What am I doing with you if you don't even have a job to begin with? Yes, it is hard, but there's so many ways to earn an income. And it's those type of things. And then secondly, there's something else you said in regards to men leading. I think for face value, yes, men lead, but I think behind the scenes, it's really women. I think a woman has more influence on a relationship. However, a man should take charge. The influence shouldn't come with me saying, let's use this for example. I'm thinking of an example. Oh, we have to buy a house or we have to do something major financial. And be like, baby, we've been in rent house for some time now, or we've been renting an apartment for some time now. We should really get a house now. And you look up some house and you tell him. And now the man now, because he is the man in the relationship at the end of the day, can be like, okay, I could organize our finances or see where we stand financially in regards to owning said house. But ultimately the influence came from the woman, just like how I think.
That's influence. But then that's influence. That's not leadership. That's influence.
No, but so, influence has a bit of leadership.
Well, it's passive leadership, yes. But I don't necessarily believe that. And I know people always say, and I do believe that women, as women, we do have feminine power. I know that. But I don't agree that we're necessarily leaders. No, I don't think so.
I think we can be in our relationship, and again, it just depends on the type of relationship you have. I don't think as much as we sit on this podcast and we talk, and there's many other persons that will talk about femininity and all of these other things and what it is to be woman and womanhood. I do not think there is one set mold for any relationship. At the end of the day, whatever you like, I love. It's your life and it's what you want, because I could sit down here and say, oh no, he's supposed to do this and you're supposed to do that, but it doesn't work for that individual and it doesn't work for their dynamic, it doesn't work for their foundation. I could only say, hey, what I think or my opinions is on what is best and what I would want to institute in my life for me and my partner. But ultimately, if the individual decide, here what, cooking and cleaning and providing WAP makes them happy and is what works for their relationship, by all means do it. But what I'm saying is don't settle or don't go wrong with wrong ideas and ideologies in life about what you should and shouldn't do as a woman in a relationship.
Right. But then that would beg the question or ask that would, oh Jesus, what am I trying to say? That will bring about the question, which is, what is right? What is really right? What should we really want?
You see, I love that you asked that question, because let me tell you, we have to do a whole other topic on society and sensitivity, yes? Because I think I'm about to ruffle feathers, bruh. Ruffle some feathers, shake that room, right? About what I have to say. But sometimes we're just too sensitive and we feel like our way is the right way. And that's why I just said a while ago, whatever works for you is for you. I don't think there's a necessary mold for everybody. Once you're not hurting people, you're not putting others in harm's way, you're not damaging anybody. By all means, do whatever you deem is happy and acceptable for you in your life with your partner, because as I said, we can sit down here and discuss what we want to discuss, but to a person in their personal life, their
Mm-hmm.
dynamic just doesn't fit operating
Right.
under anything we say, you know.
Right. Exactly.
And people need to understand a lot of the stuff that are being said now in society is opinions. We are all entitled to our opinions. That's why we always say, sound off down below and let us know your opinions on any topic that we have, because it's just opinions, and persons, I think, mix up the realm now or tread a thin line between opinions and facts. There's no way an opinion can be factual unless it is backed up by evidence.
Right. But even though there are a lot of opinions, there is truth to everything. It's just for us to find the truth. So yes, it's a fact that persons have different dynamics within their relationship, and everybody is not living the same lifestyle. Everyone does not want to or wish to live the same way. So that's fine, and I don't judge someone for that. I don't watch people because for me it does nothing. It doesn't help me to try to force someone or tell them
Mhm.
this is how you should live your life. However, I do believe, and I will stand on this until the day I die, because I find people, yeah, because and I'm telling you right now, and anybody who I know somebody's gonna say something to me, but go ahead, it's no problem. Let me tell you, I believe personally that there are facts and there are truths in life to everything. So somebody might say, but no, that's not what I feel, and I say, okay, fine, it's not what you feel, but there is the truth, and
That's
it
true.
is the truth. And when it's time for us to give the truth or for people to speak the truth, I find that a lot of persons are not willing to accept that.
That's
Persons want to
true.
go
There are some
all
hard truths out
around.
there.
They want to go all over and around when you're just telling them the truth. So even though, yes, I'm not judging anyone, and I don't, it doesn't matter to me how someone decides to live their life. At the end of the day, if I have no truth about something, I'm going to say the truth. And even if the truth is opposite to what you're doing or the way you operate, I'm still going to say the truth. And I'm not afraid, or I don't feel shy about speaking the truth on what the truth is, even if you're in the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm
That's
sorry.
true. I could, but again, I think we need to differentiate a truth from an opinion, because what I could deem as a truth might just be my truth. It's
But,
not
but I'm telling no,
everybody's truth.
that's what I'm saying. There are truths and facts that are there, and they are just that. It's not
No,
an
and that's what
opinion.
I'm saying. A lot of persons mix up those lines
Hmm.
because they're either trying to force an agenda, or force something that it just isn't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is not too much of segueing, or hey, how much time do we have left back? Just time, and let's segue into this. This could have been saved for another podcast, but just went in.
Uh,
Take for instance, um, I don't remember when it was, but I think it was either November, October, September, somewhere there of
but
2020,
I
where
remember which
oh
one.
wait, where the whole controversy about Sukiana came out, with her OnlyFans and stuff like that, and a lot of persons is saying it's woman empowerment, or even this WAP song is woman empowerment. But what are we empowering women to really do?
Right. Exactly.
So is it that no, we just, and this is why I don't like when persons use different words to force either agendas and incorporate their opinion and make it seem like facts, or even let's go even further back when Amber Rose had her slut walk, The Ross promoted this, yes, woman empowerment, be a slut, it's owning your sexuality and dressing how you want, and nobody should call you anything because it's your body, Nobody not saying it's not your body, wear what you want, do whatever makes you happy, but you're not going to you're not going to force us to accept you're going to dress any old how and scandalous and think it's not going to look inappropriate. It's
Right.
not going to degrade you because you're a woman and you're owning your sexuality. No, facts are facts.
Right.
And it's ironic that she promoted this for so long, save a whole campaign and all of these things, and then when persons start to say, all right, you want to be a slut, you want to be a hoe, okay, we're gonna call you a slut, we're gonna call, oh no, don't call me that, I'm not, it's femininity.
Just confusion. I believe that each day is a new day for us to grow, especially as women, to grow, to evolve, to be better, to learn from mistakes, or learn things that you've never known or were never taught. A lot of us were never taught certain things. So I am all for that. But while we're aware of that, because many persons know, and if you hear this all the time, empower yourself, um, get knowledge, get wisdom about certain things, understand more about yourself, love yourself, learn about you.
Mm-hmm.
We've been hearing this. I think this has been something that you've been, I don't know, for me, I've been hearing this for over the last 3 years or so, really heavy. And I'm saying I still don't see a lot of ladies taking that and running with it. But if you ask ladies right now to tell you, what's the latest bag, what's the latest wig, what's the latest, no, really, what's the newest trend going on? They know, and this is what I'm saying. We have to take time out to better ourselves, because if we don't, who is going to do it for us, right? Because as you were saying with the whole
Mm-hmm.
slut walk, and then she's saying, don't call me a slut or a hoe. That's confusion. And I find a lot of ladies, we're confused. And I'm just going to say we, because I hate to exclude myself as though
Yeah,
I'm
I don't want to exclude myself either because I've
all
done some
right,
dumb shit in life too.
right, or I know it all or anything. But for the fact of the matter is that there's some things that is just not me. And I'll stand in that and say, hey, I don't do certain things, and some stuff I don't mess with. So I'll say clearly that as women, we are confused with a lot of things, because there's no need for you to be pushing that agenda, as you're saying, pushing certain agendas. If you choose to do that, well, go ahead and do that. That's you, and just say that's you. But
You
don't try to change the narrative. Don't try to change the narrative, because one thing I always say to ladies is, it doesn't matter what you want to say. A man is a man and a woman is a woman. We're two different people. You cannot be like a man. No matter what you do, you can roll all over town. You
Yep.
will feeling those things in your spirit, in your heart, in your soul, whether it creep up on you at nighttime or early when the sun arises. Fact of the matter is, it's gonna creep on you, because you're not a man. You cannot live that lifestyle and sustain that lifestyle. I'm sorry, no.
It's what? I don't think it's just that, but it's also the fact that I don't think there's people losing the fact that there's beauty in privacy. There's beauty
Right,
in keeping things to you and to whoever you do it with, because
right,
these things aren't new. Hoeing, cooking, cleaning, WAP, slippery slides. it's, it's not new. I don't think any of these discussions that we're fully having are new. What it was though, it was a friend conversation, like me and you, we talk our
yeah,
stuff at the side and we go. Or it was, you and your home girl or you and your man, you talk about those stuff and you go. Or just like for instance, being a stud, like you would have one or two friends you confide in how many bodies you have, but
right,
it wasn't something that we set up on our, our mantle and posted on our wall as trophies.
right,
And I think that is where the confusion comes in today, where it's seen as a trophy, I bagged that nigga and he iced me out, or, oh yeah, 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 I love my man so much, I'm gonna cook and
mhm,
clean, or my
Mm-hmm.
coochie is so good, it's a wap wap. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, where is the privacy? When did we forget about that beauty? And if we want to preach womanhood and all of these type of things, where is keeping those intimate things for intimate persons or intimate situations?
Right.
That's what I always wonder. Like, I would see girls post so much about, what they would and wouldn't do in their bedroom. And again, I'm not judging. That is you, my girl. Post away. More power to you. But when you do that, you're inviting the wrong type of crowds
Right.
because you're persons that only have certain agendas. That's one. Or two, you would be giving a guy ammunition to fake it. Let me
Right.
use the right word. And that's just not the energy you want out there as a woman. Again, at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I'm not judging. Do whatever makes you happy. But do not get confused when not everybody in the room is going to agree with whatever it is you're doing just because there's
Mm-hmm.
certain things that are just right and there's just certain things that are wrong and inappropriate. Point blank period.
Right. And that's something that in this society and age, persons have fallen completely off when it comes to understanding principles and boundaries and knowing that there are things that we still need to adhere to. I personally don't believe that people should just be living any old life. And
Mm.
again, it's not because I'm saying lock yourself in or let someone put a limit on you or tell you how to live. It's not about that. But even within yourself, when you go through your life and you are with yourself every day, every second,
Yep.
have to know your boundaries. You have to know what you will accept, what you will not accept, what is good for you, what is important to you, what are things that you need to avoid. I find a lot of persons just take anything with life, and that's really not helping. That's not helping us because you can't just do anything, go anywhere, live any way. You have to have boundaries, and I think in this day and age, persons have totally thrown that out of the window, especially ladies. Totally no cares, and it's just whatever goes, and I'm just rolling. But we just can't be rolling like calves. We can't.
Rolling, rolling on the
And rolling
sorry.
on our spice.
Song.
Roll,
That song just
roll,
popped in my head.
it's something else. She's very creative. Very creative, actually. Very,
It's
very, very, very.
it's not even a point of just, rolling and living your life however you want, but live your life with a little bit of discernment. Live your life with a little bit of standards. Don't be too quick to let them down by the riverside. You know,
Mhm.
if it's one thing, all you really have in this life is your name, and you might share with millions of others, and your reputation.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people, lose. We may say the world is very big, but you'll be surprised how tiny it gets when
Hmm.
there's something out there that just doesn't paint you in a flattering light. Not
Right.
just that, but you never know where in life you're going to be. I wish success on everybody because, I want to be successful too in life. So you
Hmm.
can't plant certain seeds in your past thinking they wouldn't grow bad
That's
fruits. You can't leave
true.
bad footprints thinking all would be washed away and fine. That's
Mm-hmm.
not how it works. And I feel like we segue so far from cooking, clean, and providing a WAP. But we just preaching to the choir, man. But on a whole, with the cooking, cleaning, and providing a WAP, or your work, would you say it's outdated? Because like a lot of women I know now, we work jobs too. So where we gonna find all this time for cooking and cleaning?
And that's why I said initially that to an extent, I agree. And I say that because, to be honest, for me, I don't believe, and again, this is going to really, spark some debate, but hey, we welcome it. I personally
Mm-hmm.
don't believe that a woman should be putting any extra pressure on herself that is not necessary in that moment. So it should never be long term. So what I mean by that is, and again, we know that we're modern women. We know that things have changed, times have changed. But personally, for me, I don't believe I personally want to be in my goal at the end of the day is to be able to be at home with my family, with my children. No, I do plan and hope to have a business, right? So that will be set up beforehand, before children and all of these things. However, reason why I'm doing that or why I want to live that life is because I want to spend time with my family, but I also want to be able to rest and not have to think about, oh, I have to go out, rush to work, rush to come back in, to cook at 5 and 5:30, plus I'm tired, plus the children every time pick me a ball and them can't give me a break. So when will you really have peace of mind? And that is where I
Yeah.
have to say no, because when it comes to you cook, clean, and providing WAP, you're going to be burnt out, and I refuse to live a burnt out life. I'm not going to do it for anyone. When I say I'm going to have a business and be at home with my family, it does not mean that I'm the only one that's paying any bills with the business I have. Obviously,
Uh-huh.
my husband has to be a provider. But what I'm saying is I also will have something going for myself, because it can be pretty boring if you're just going to be home taking care
Yeah.
of cleaning a house and that. So I'll have something going for myself. But that's a choice I am willing to make. And again, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, or you may not hear a lot of people say this, but that's fine. It's just because I know that I'm not going to be killing myself to be running here, running there, work, picnic,
Mhm.
appointments. I'm not doing all of that. No, I can. No, sorry.
I don't even think it's not just about burning out yourself, but we live in a modern century, yes. I don't care what anybody has to say, but if there ever comes a point in time where I'm married and I have my kids, I need help. I'm going to pay for a nanny. I'm going to pay for a maid. I'm going to pay for a cook. Why
Mm-hmm.
is that frowned upon in black communities, black Americans or black Caribbeans? It doesn't matter. But extra help is frowned upon because we're supposed to do it all. No,
Right.
no, no. I would love to stay young and healthy and fit for as long as possible.
That's
And if that means getting some help, I'm going to get help. If it is within my means and my financial capabilities to get help, I'm going
right.
to get that help. If let me tell you, people would argue and say, because I could done hear somebody, keyboard killers telling me, oh, the help is gonna steal your husband. Nobody can steal anything that wasn't for you. If that man wants to
That's
cheat, it don't matter if he cheating with the maid,
right.
the neighbor, or his co-worker, he gonna do what he have to do. So let me get some help and not have to let this person live rent free in my head, thinking this man is going to cheat. Okay, no,
Facts on facts.
no. So I do think to some extent, burning out yourself like that is outdated. It is. It's, no, it is outdated. And also, is that all you should bring to the table? Because I wondered to myself earlier, should we be bringing more, or is society making us think that this is it? Table set, coochie on the side, cleaning supplies in the front, and a plate on the other end. Like, is that full course?
Um, that's for me, that's the majority. But I do believe there are other things. There are other things like, as I said earlier, you have to be wise within your own self. You have to be able to assist if it is that something comes up, or there's an issue, or there, there's someone is, or not someone, but within the finances, let's say something is short, and it really is, it's a case where there's no other hope. I believe that you should be able to assist. You understand? So just like I
Mm-hmm.
said, for me, I'm pretty traditional in terms of the gender roles. However, that doesn't mean that I'm going to just let my husband just, crash and the whole family come tumbling down because I want to be traditional. I'm still going to be there in case something really happens. You understand?
Yeah.
Also, I believe that a woman should be a motivator. She should be gentle. She should know how to communicate. She should know how to bridge the gap where a man or children would not be able to do. So to tie the family together, to be able to keep them together, that is a skill. That is something that you perfect over time. It's not everyone that is going to be able to do that. Number one. Number two, there are just characteristics and things that I believe the creator put into male and female. And within us, there are some things that we have to cultivate that are they're there. We just need to really
Mm-hmm.
work on them. And these things are some of the things that I just said. Some of these things men don't have. So that's what I when I say my femininity should be good enough and all of these things, or should be a bonus. It's because these things men don't have, and that's why men need women, just like women need men, because I believe we all need each
Yep.
other. But
Well,
we need
if
each
you're
other
into that,
to balance each other. Yeah, to balance each other, because some things men just cannot do. If it's to multitask, it's a problem for them to keep things going and to keep the household thriving. It's a problem. Maybe they can go out and spend and hunt and get the money and get the cheddar, but ask them to keep things flowing. Ask them to keep all the finances in check. Make sure everyone is healthy. Make sure everyone is at their best mentally. Nurture. They can't do those things or not effectively. So all I believe, even though it sounds small, it's almost the bond that keeps a family together. And if no one is there to do that, then what's going to happen? So of course we have other things that we need to bring. We can't just come with that. And
yeah.
that's also the next thing. So a lot of ladies these days, they they are just completely lost to these things. So they think that okay, I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, and that's it. There's more to life. There's more to life. Sex is not all there is, because after sex happen, listen, after the sex coming on, it's sweet, and it's nice, and clothes would wash me away, and when that done, remember that there's still life tomorrow, because if right now something pops up or there's a side,
Mm-hmm.
we need to put our heads together and we need to think logically as adults.
But you
So
see, that's
we
why
can't
you can't
that.
jump into these things with somebody that's not committed. Because the
Right,
person that's not committed, they're not gonna think about all these things, or they don't see a future that isn't sexual or you know surface level. They're not
right.
gonna see anything deeper. So again, ladies, don't be breaking your neck to provide all this and the third for a man, and he's one just not it all. You just honestly don't think he deserves it. But if you do, by all means and manners, do whatever it is you think is right for your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, tell us what's on your mind. What do you think? What do you think about it? Because we're winding down, you know. Uh, Paul, keep us posted. Tell us what's in your mind.
Yes, so I think that we been a lot, but we pretty sure the quiet tonight, guys. All right. So guys, that's all we have for today. Remember to go out there and do great things. Don't let anyone take a piece of your mental peace.
No, not at all. Well, guys, remember to follow us on Instagram at Satoya.uno and